Alright. Do a quick run through with the little bit of work I got done tonight. So, as you can see, my fuel tank came back to me. And it's got the fill neck. So, in case you missed the other video, here's how it plays out and looks. There we go. That's how it sits. And if you don't remember, it has, if I can get, see that little blue in the corner, it is a -8 AN feed in case I ever need to run an external pump or if I need to drain the tank. It has a -A return right here for a second return line to the, which has a tube that goes down to the feed. This one here is a rollover vent. This is my existing feed line, my existing return line. And as you can see here, I have a sender that I have to hook up. That'll go here. And my fuel pump carrier, which is this Australian-made beauty. It's a ProFlow. It's made to run 2 pumps. It has 2 outlets. I'm gonna run a single outlet with 2 pumps and wire them together. I'm just gonna leave that one plugged. I'll run that return there to this return, which comes down this tube that I'm holding, which will feed right down to the pumps. It has a fill cap on top that probably won't get used, except for maybe like fuel additives or something. If I ever do any kind of injector cleaner or something like that, it's way easier to pour it through that probably than to try to angle it through this gas cap that's vertical. Anyways, so I'll wire these pumps together and I will wire them separately, and I'll feed them out of this pump 2 right here. And the only reason I'm using pump 2 over pump 1 is just because it happens to be on the right side, which is where my feed line is. So the way I'm doing this is, in case you didn't watch the other videos, I have a Holley Sniper EFI. That's the EFI system that's all built into a carburetor looking throttle body. It has the ability to run one pump as like the driver pump, what runs the car normally, and it has the ability to trigger a second pump under boost, which is what I will be doing. This second pump will be set up to come on either under wide open throttle or boost to make sure I don't lose fuel pressure. And I will have the cables where I can easily swap them if for any reason my driving pump dies, so I can get the car home. Now that I've touched base over all of that, I don't know if I could show off the baffling before, but let's see if I can catch it. It has these little trap doors in here, which I had him go back and drill holes because I was worried about the hinges seizing up. So the holes will allow it to, in case they ever seize, to still flow through. He also has holes drilled at the corners, and the trap doors are at all sides. There's, I say all sides, it might not be one in the front here. I don't know if I can get an angle. I'm trying to use my camera backwards, it's not really doing too well. So there's that trap door. One on this side. I don't think there's one in the back. I think it's just a little cutout. And then in here, which you probably won't be able to see, some lighting. See the little hole cut up down there. I can't get it to focus worth a shit. Anyways, that's the hole cut out that feeds towards the where the fuel pumps will sit. So this, where the fuel pumps sit, is squared off. And this stupid camera won't focus. There we go. All right. So there's a section up front, section on the left, section on the right, and a little squared off. So it has full length runners going this way, which there's a cutout in the top that kind of does this, just like a little belly. And that's, I think all the way around is like that. So at the top it's kind of open, and then it has about, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 inches worth of gap at the top of the tank, and then it hits walls. And the walls are, like I said, all the way across here, and the front and back have them like here and like here-ish. So anyways, that's that setup. I decided to go ahead and use that strip caulk, which if anyone's curious what it is this stuff. There's your part number. All it is literally little black strips of this like tar-like caulk. I laid that around the perimeter, set the tank down. I have rib nuts underneath. I put stainless quarter 20 Allen head or button head bolts with washers down and torqued it down onto the strip caulk so it smushes it down. And from the looks of it, did a pretty good job. Smushed out a little bit around here. The reason it's smushed out here, there's holes that were originally here for, I think, bolts to pass through to kind of ground out the tank. I will have a ground cable go into the tank anyways. But anyways, these holes, I put an extra kind of a little circle around where the holes were to make sure I didn't get any moisture in, since I didn't weld them shut. I might end up going back and drilling through those holes all the way through the flange and putting an actual nut and bolt, but I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. Onto the other thing I decided, in case anyone's new to the channel, my wiring set up for the trunk mount battery, double breakers in parallel, and then a mega fuse that'll feed my Highway 22 made by American Auto wire, and then a fuse panel that I haven't, or not fuse panel, relay panel that I haven't hooked up yet. Anyways, so on to something I decided, which I had some input from some other people on the channel that nudged me and pushed me to make this decision. I have a hole down there below the column that is for the parking brake cable. I'm gonna get a little sheet of metal. I'm gonna grind away the epoxy, welding that shut. Over here, I'm going to cut out these two heater holes, probably this dimple, this whole little bit that's raised where the old blower motor went, cutting all that out, getting a sheet of metal, welding it up. That's gonna be flush, smooth, clean, etc. All these bolt holes gone, except for the ones that I need to mount the unit, like this one here, this one over here. What I've decided, and what I already ordered, is a bulkhead for the AC and heater lines that are just gonna mount right here. I'm gonna bulkhead right here, and all my lines are gonna be underneath the fender. They're just gonna come forward and probably come through up here. I'll put another bulkhead there. For now, I'm just ordering the one bulkhead till I'm for sure that I want to put the other one up front. But this is where they'll be going. I have a picture of another car that has it. They also mount the heater valve right here. I don't know if I want to mount my heater valve outside just to run the wiring back inside. I think I'm gonna do what I saw in another one. There's another, I think it was a Camaro, or it was a vintage air box just like mine, except it was one for a Camaro, I believe. But they actually mounted the heater valve on the unit. They like screwed it to the side of one of these little brackets. This little doohickey here. And wired it straight up to the box. I think they screwed it to like this bracket here, or on this side. So these hoses will be no more. It'll be flex line, screwing into here and here, and it'll just loop back. It'll probably loop down and around and come around this way and then back that way. That way I have slack to pull either way. That it'll have a loop that can, swing inward this way, another loop over here on this side that can swing in. It'll give me some play room so I don't have to have the hoses exact size. But like I said, it'll come here, loop, loop, and then go back over to that bulkhead. The AC lines will work the same way. They'll come out here, loop around, they'll come out here. This one will actually be straight probably. If anything, it might kind of S-curve. Just kind of come out and around back here and then come that way. That way it has some slack. But AeroQuip, I think is the company, makes some AC lines, AC hose, and these caged little clips with double crimps. They're like the one ear, single ear, or double ear clamps, like what I have down here. these things that are holding these boots on. They're crimp-on clamps. They sell us a kit that mounts, that you can make your own hoses, essentially. They also, well, actually it's not Aeroquip, it's another Australian company called, is it Aeroflow? I think my fuel thing is ProFlow, right? Yeah, ProFlow. Okay, it's Aeroflow is the other company. They make a bunch of plumbing fittings and some nice stuff, actually. They do some pretty good stuff, but the downside is they're Australian and the shipping is outrageous. There's a company now called, blanking. It's like autoplumb.com maybe. I'll get the link and post it in the description later, but they are a carrier for Aeroflow now. I'm blanking on all these names. Seems like arrows, like all of them, either flow or arrows in the name. But the other company that makes plumbing, they carry these little fittings that convert this style, this little O-ring or crimped style fitting, it converts it to an AN line. So I can essentially, it's like a little flared front piece. It has an insert with an O-ring that slips into the joint and it threads down on this and just kind of pinches it. So I can use an AN line for my heater lines. So that's what I'm doing anyways. Those little fittings, they're like heater line, O-ring to AN, flare adapters or something like that. You could get them on eBay for like 10 bucks a piece, which was crazy. This company, since they're a dealer for them, they're like $1.50 or $2 a piece. So I need like 4 or 6 of them or something. Yeah, I need 2 for the box. I'll need 2 more for the inside of this, 2 more for the outside of this, and then another 4 over here if I use this same bulkhead, which I might. So I'm using a shit ton of them. But anyways, I'll show you that stuff when it comes in. I ordered it today. I used the money that I made off of selling the body cart over there to buy essentially all my plumbing and stuff for the AC and heater lines today. So I ordered hose, I ordered bulkhead, I ordered fittings, the works. So that should be in maybe this weekend, probably next week though. Right, that's all for this video. Like I said, I just wanted to mainly just show off that I got the tank in and tell you my ideas for this firewall. And hopefully I can get that firewall stuff taken care of within the next month so I can get this AC mounted permanently and out of the way. Also, another thing I didn't mention real quick, my bulkheads, I think I decided to put them down here. I thought about running it through here, and then I remembered I'm actually running a ground and a positive. So I would have had to put 2 here, and I would have had to double bulkhead. I would have had to come either, well, use a grommet here and keep the cable solid, and then bulkhead here, or double bulkhead, 1 here and 1 to bring it into the engine bay. My other idea was the firewall down here, it's vertical here, it almost goes 90 and flattens out underneath here before it starts sloping down where your feet go. I'm gonna put those bulkheads right in this little flat here, just side by side. And that will handle my positive and ground. I just hope they will both fit in this channel, which I'm doubting. I think only one's gonna fit in this channel because this is some thick ass wire. I think it's 2 gauge. So if they don't both fit, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with the other one. I might run it along the middle of the car. I might run it under the car. I don't freaking know. Anyways, in that case, I will still run it under the car and bolt it to that bulkhead, and then I'll use the inside as a grounding point, more or less. And I'll just have essentially that line from the battery will come through, come up the bottom of the car, bolt to the bulkhead on the outside, and then I'll bolt my engine ground and chassis ground up here to the outside of that bulkhead as well. And then the inside will be a grounding point for any of my grounds, all my dash stuff that I need, since I'll need a ground for all of that. Anyways, that's it guys. I'll update you again whenever I finish the fuel setup. Oh, that was the other thing I ordered today, fuel pumps. Ordered the Walbros and the installation kits for those. So yeah, that stuff, I think all the stuff shows up except for the freaking pumps. The pumps, Amazon is taking their time on, and I think they said those won't be here till Monday. But anyways, this plate probably won't be needed, which is kind of sad because I had Vintage Air send it to me after they've left it out and forgot it. But since I'm doing the firewall cleanup, won't be using that. So if anyone needs a plate to block off that hole because they don't use it anymore for whatever reason, I got you. Anyways, later guys.